Is the dark web illegal? Debunking the top 5 myths about the deep web. Is simply accessing the dark web a crime? Despite widespread misconceptions, the answer in most jurisdictions is definitively no. Yet surveys show that over 70% of Internet users believe dark web access is illegal, and many conflate anonymity tools with criminal intent. This persistent misunderstanding prevents legitimate users from accessing valuable privacy tools while creating stigma around technologies developed by and for law-abiding citizens. This article systematically debunks the most persistent dark web myths with legal analysis and technical facts. Myth 1. Accessing the dark web is illegal. The legal reality of Tor usage. In the United States, European Union, Canada, Australia, and most democratic nations, using Tor and accessing onion sites is completely legal. Tor browser is open-source software developed with U.S. government funding and maintained by a nonprofit organization. No law criminalizes the use of privacy tools or anonymous browsing. The confusion stems from media coverage emphasizing illegal activities on the dark web while ignoring legitimate uses. Law enforcement distinguishes clearly between using privacy tools, legal, and committing crimes through those tools, illegal. The technology itself carries no legal liability. Jurisdictional variations. Some authoritarian regimes restrict or monitor Tor usage. China, Iran, and similar countries attempt to block Tor access. Even in these jurisdictions, using Tor isn't technically illegal, though governments may punish users for accessing banned information rather than for the access method itself. Users should understand their local legal context, but in free societies, dark web access requires no special permission or legal justification. You have as much right to use Tor as any other internet browser. When access becomes problematic, legal liability arises from activities conducted on the dark web, not from access itself. Purchasing illegal substances, accessing exploitative material, engaging in fraud, or hiring criminal services are illegal regardless of the platform used. The dark web doesn't create legal immunity, it simply provides privacy. Myth 2. Everything on the dark web is illegal. The content distribution reality. Studies consistently show that illegal content represents a minority of dark web services. Research by King's College London found that approximately 55% of dark web content serves legitimate purposes: privacy tools, anonymous communication, political discourse, journalism, and information access. Illegal marketplaces receive disproportionate attention, creating false impressions about overall dark web composition. For every marketplace, dozens of forums, news sites, email services, and communication platforms operate legally. Legitimate dark web services. Major organizations operate onion sites for legitimate purposes. ProtonMail provides encrypted email. The New York Times offers censorship-resistant journalism. Facebook maintains an onion service for users in restricted regions. DuckDuckGo provides private search. And dozens of news organizations run SecureDrop for whistleblowers. These aren't obscure services, they're mainstream organizations using dark web technology to protect user privacy and resist censorship. Their presence demonstrates that dark web infrastructure serves vital legitimate functions. The media's selective coverage problem. News coverage focuses on sensational criminal cases while ignoring routine legitimate use. Dark web marketplace shut down, generates clicks. Journalists use secure dark web platform to protect sources, doesn't. This selection bias distorts public understanding. For balanced perspective on dark web content, visit darkweblinks.io. Myth 3. The dark web is untraceable and completely anonymous. Understanding Tor's actual capabilities. Tor provides strong anonymity but not absolute immunity from identification. The system protects users from routine surveillance by ISPs, advertisers, and casual observers. However, sophisticated adversaries with substantial resources can sometimes compromise anonymity through various techniques. Tor defends against ISP monitoring of browsing habits, corporate tracking and profiling, routine government surveillance, and website fingerprinting attempts. These protections benefit millions of users daily. Tor doesn't guarantee protection against targeted investigations by well-funded law enforcement, attacks exploiting implementation vulnerabilities, user operational security failures, or correlation attacks analyzing traffic patterns. Documented de-anonymization cases. Law enforcement has successfully identified dark web users through browser exploits targeting Tor browser vulnerabilities, correlation attacks matching entry and exit traffic, operational security mistakes by users, compromised services collecting user information, and social engineering extracting identifying details. These cases don't indicate Tor failure. They demonstrate that no technology eliminates all risk, especially against determined, well-resourced adversaries. Tor remains highly effective against routine surveillance while requiring additional precautions against sophisticated threats. The importance of operational security. Most successful de-anonymizations exploit user errors rather than Tor weaknesses. Using personal information on the dark web, accessing dark web and surface web simultaneously, downloading and executing files from untrusted sources, or failing to update Tor browser regularly. Proper operational security maintains strong anonymity. Users should never reuse identities across platforms, avoid downloads from untrusted sources, keep Tor browser updated, and maintain strict separation between anonymous and personal activities. Myth 4. Law enforcement can't access or monitor the dark web. Active law enforcement operations. Law enforcement agencies operate extensively on the dark web. The FBI, DEA, Europol, and national agencies worldwide maintain dark web presence, investigate illegal activities, operate undercover, and occasionally run honeypot operations designed to identify criminals. Successful operations have dismantled major marketplaces, arrested thousands of users, and seized millions in cryptocurrency. These successes demonstrate that dark web anonymity doesn't prevent sophisticated investigations. Surveillance capabilities and limitations. Law enforcement can access any Onion site users can access, participate in forums and communities, operate undercover accounts, analyze blockchain transactions, exploit operational security failures, and sometimes compromise servers hosting illegal services. Law enforcement cannot routinely identify all Tor users, decrypt Tor traffic without endpoint compromise, prevent dark web access, or eliminate privacy tools. The balance favors privacy for law-abiding users while allowing targeted investigations of serious crimes. Myth 5. The dark web is only used by criminals and hackers. Who actually uses the dark web? Tor users include journalists protecting sources, activists in authoritarian regimes, whistleblowers exposing wrongdoing, domestic abuse survivors hiding from abusers, privacy advocates opposing surveillance, researchers studying online communities, and ordinary citizens valuing privacy. The Tor project reports millions of daily users worldwide, with usage spikes correlating with political events, censorship increases, and privacy concerns. These users aren't criminals, they're people exercising their right to private communication. Legitimate use cases revisited. The dark web enables access to censored information in authoritarian countries, secure whistleblower communications, anonymous political organizing, private medical research, stigmatized topic discussions, and resistance to corporate surveillance capitalism. These uses benefit society by enabling free expression, protecting vulnerable individuals, exposing corruption, and preserving privacy rights in increasingly surveilled digital environments. Visit the link in the description below for more information.